First, we are learning more about a murder suspect mistakenly released from the Marion County Jail.
Kevin Mason is still on the run tonight, but deputies have made one arrest. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson is live in studio. She spoke to investigators in 2 states who desperately want to track him down. Rachel.
Yeah, Mark and Nicole, the sheriff says Kevin Mason was released from the jail last Monday around 11 a.m. Deputies didn't realize it until 6.5 hours later. The sheriff says his girlfriend picked him up. She was arrested today and charged with assisting a criminal.
Sheriff Carrie Forrestall believes Minneapolis murder suspect Kevin Mason is still in the Indianapolis area. He says officers from surrounding agencies have been following his girlfriend, who picked him up from the jail 7 days ago.
Last night, she traveled outside of her regular area, which was the Southport and Emerson Avenue. There's a lot of hotels down there. She might be hiding Kevin Mason down there. She has not cooperated.
Mason was on the run for 2 years after police say he shot and killed 29-year-old Dontavius Catchings outside of this Minneapolis church during a funeral in 2021. There was a nationwide manhunt for Mason. Less than 48 hours after being arrested in Indianapolis, he was released on a clerical error. 2 Marion County clerks were fired.
We have 4 layers that they go through that should not have had happen. 2 of these people blatantly had this occur. They're paid less than $20 an hour to do work and evaluate documents that are originally put together by lawyers and judges in court. So it's a difficult job. Technically, I couldn't afford to fire the 2 people I did because we don't have another replacement. But I also could not afford to have people who would release somebody on murder charge of the street.
The Catchings family says the release of the man accused of murdering their loved one isn't just a mistake. It's life-changing for them. I asked the sheriff what could he say to the family.
It's very unfortunate, and we prefer that it would not have happened.
He went on to say the agency is doing its best to recover Mason.
Our plan is to look throughout the city with this uniform presence and make it uncomfortable for anybody who might be keeping him. So if somebody wants to get him out of their house, happy to sit him on the front porch and we'll come by, because when we knock, we're not going to knock us the way we usually do. And a reminder to Kevin Mason, here's an opportunity to turn yourself in. 327-SAFE. A chaplain will answer that phone and we can arrange a safe surrender.
The sheriff says teams from Lawrence, Speedway, Beech Grove, and IMPD are doing surveillance right now on nearby homes to find Kevin Mason. Today, I also spoke to the mother of the man Mason is accused of killing in Minnesota. She says her family feels like they're living this nightmare all over again.
It's hard. It's devastating. It's unbearable. My life, I was a vibrate, very energetic individual. I'm not like that anymore. Half of the time, I don't want to get up out the bed. And I have been sick since Wednesday. Do you hear me? I have so much pain that goes to my stomach where I can't eat. I'm just balled over with double pain. You hear me? When I say pain, it's not even a word.
The family also wants to know why the public wasn't notified sooner. The sheriff told us today that the sheriff's office thought it was in its best advantage to keep quiet since they were tracking Mason's girlfriend's car. The plan was to follow her until they had Mason. Now, there's a hotline that you can call if you have information on Mason's whereabouts. That's on your screen. It's 317-327-7940. Nicole.
Rachel, thank you. And we did search our archives and found this is the 4th inmate to have escaped from Marion County in 9 years. Last year, the adult detention center accidentally released a murder suspect, but got him back behind bars the next day. In 2016, a man who pleaded guilty to possession of a firearm and dealing meth was mistakenly released. That man was caught 3 days later. And in 2014, a man accused of attacking another person with a tire iron was released in error. He was caught later that week.